I request our honorable guest, Sri JD Lakshmi Narayana Garu, to address the gathering.
Because after seeing all this, I feel that it's going to be very, very helpful, there is no doubt. But I always like the definition given by Albert Einstein about education. He says education is that what remains with you after you have forgotten what you have learned in schools and colleges. స్కూల్లో కాలేజీలో నేర్చుకున్నదంతా మర్చిపోయిన తర్వాత మన దగ్గర ఏముంటుందో అదే ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఉంటాడు. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ది ఎడ్యుకేషన్ వాట్ ఆల్బర్ట్ ఐన్స్టీన్ థాట్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. But we have to see what is the present day requirement, present day demand. Because every parent wants his son or daughter to get maximum marks, to get into IITs, NEET, or go abroad. These are the general expectations. So the expectations of the parents are that. So accordingly, the Vidhya Vistar app, that is through Vidhya Vistar, it is SkyGet is the app that is prepared by Mr. Viresh. He is a very innovative person because I keep interacting with him. In my mobile phone also I have stored his name as Concrete Viresh. Yeah. That is how I remember him. So we are designing this SkyGet. Congratulate Viresh and Gautami for doing this wonderful, coming up with a wonderful app. I think it took almost 5 years for you to do all this. I mean, lot of things have gone into, and lot of hard work has gone into, because I know how much time and how much imagination you have to put in all these developing such apps. And also it talked about the student learning process, and also the parent, how he will come to know, and also the teacher. So these three are very important in any education system: the student, the teacher, and the parent. So I think with this app, the parental pressure is going to be more on the student, because otherwise parents used to see the marks maybe once in a quarter or so, and used to find out how his boy or girl is doing. But now every day the parent is going to get what is the position of his son or daughter as far as the subject is going concerned. So I think Viresh, you should reduce the role of parent in the overall, because the parents are supposed to teach them other things compared to studies. I always feel parent has a different role as far as the education is concerned. The parent should teach the students culture, or the children the culture, the behavior, the attitude. These are the things the parents are supposed to teach. So I thought in this you should include that also, whether the parent is doing his role or not. Because here parent is going to look into the progress of the student. At the same time, the children also should know what the parents are doing and whether they are doing their job or not. Because unfortunately what is happening in the society is, what I observe nowadays, we are imparting a lot of literacy in the students, lot of literacy. But what we want to impart is education. There is a difference between literacy and education. If you see literacy in Sanskrit, it is called Sakshara. Because somebody becoming literate, but that means he is becoming Sakshara. So suppose if you read it from reverse, it becomes Rakshasa. So Sakshara becomes Rakshasa. So that's why when you open the newspapers today, we see so many incidences. A girl marries a boy and goes somewhere to Meghalaya or somewhere, and she along with somebody kills the husband. This is what is the news that is happening, and all the TV channels are busy with that. Few days back in Hyderabad, 85-year-old grandfather was stabbed by his grandson 72 times. This is the news. And we are seeing so many incidences of atrocities on women. So this is what is the society now. All these people who are committing these crimes, they have studied in a school, they have studied in a college. But why they are behaving like this? This is one thing we also need to discuss. So because much of the orientation is going towards the examinations, towards learning subject, learning the concepts, but in the process, we are not touching the transformation that should take place in a student. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, in classrooms, nation building should take place, man making exercise should take place. It is not just the transfer of what is written in the textbooks into the brains of the children, but it is the total transformation that is required. So, that is what is education. So, definitely with this SkyGet app, the student is going to get more and more concepts, more and more clarity, more and more subject, no doubt about it. Definitely it is going to be helpful. The main problem in the society is also teachers is the biggest problems in the society. You don't get good teachers. In the process, the student is going to get affected. So with this SkyGet, I think, with that Simba, no?
Yes.
Who is that fellow? Simba.
Yes, yes.
So Simba is going to teach the students, there is no doubt. And also they are going to have so many videos recorded, pre-recorded videos are there on this subject. So my request to all of you is that incorporate some more things in this Viresh and Gautami, so that the creativity of a child also increases. Make the child more creative. So creativity is required. So include some puzzles, include some to find differences between two pictures. Like this, if you can include, the child in the process of learning, he also gets a relaxation. So that also you include in this. So that what happens is, learning throughout, he gets bored. So in between, give him a small exercise, small puzzle, or a type of a Sudoku, like that if you give, the child is going to become more and more creative. What we want in the country now is, we need creative people. Creative people are required, because the rest of the things robots are going to do. Unless you have idea, there are so many people who are going to implement your ideas. The issue is, you should get idea, you should become a creative person, and you should become an imaginative person. Because I said, in the future, only imagination is the only nation that is going to survive. So we have to make the children more imaginative, more creative. I always keep giving example of South Korea. South Korean children are very, very creative. Because if you see on the road, you have so many Kia motors, you have Hyundai cars, you have Samsung, you have LG. All these things are from South Korea, a small country. Why they are able to capture the entire world is because of the creativity in the children. So what those children do in South Korea, in their school, the first thing what they do is, they do 21 sit-ups every day. 21 sit-ups is compulsory for each child in South Korea. Because during Ganesh Utsav, during Vinayaka Chavati, we will do 3 sit-ups, 1 year. But there, every day, a child, he does 21 sit-ups. The concept is, if you do 21 sit-ups like this, you are going to energize your right brain. You are going to become more creative. The second thing what they do is, they count from 100 to 1. Not from 1 to 100, they count from 100 to 1. Then they read Z to A, not from A to Z. And every day they do one Sudoku. And they do puzzles. So these are the 5 things a child does in South Korea every day. So by the time he grows up, he is becoming very, very creative, and he is coming up with various new things. So I request Viresh and Gautami to include this creative part also into that, so that his right brain starts working. What we are giving is the feed to the left brain. Now you need a feed to the right brain also, so that they become more creative. The problem with our country is that we are all left brain working people. Countries which are discovering something or which are creating new things, they are all the right brain people. So through this SkyGet, you should be able to activate their right brain also in addition to left brain. This is one thing is my expectations, and also role of parents also. And also actually maybe afterwards I will discuss with you. I have designed 14 quotients for a student to improve. 14 quotients. Because we are all bothered about IQ only. We are all bothered about the intelligent quotient. But we are leaving the emotional quotient aside. We are leaving aside the societal quotients aside. We are leaving the spiritual quotient aside. We are leaving the communication quotient aside. So all these, there are about 14 quotients which are required for a student in order to make him a responsible citizen. So my request to you is, I will give you all those quotients, Viresh. We will design one good, these 14 quotients through Simba or this thing, so that along with the academics, he will also be good human being. So this combination is very much required. We have seen the Robo movie. So ultimately what happens? The Robo becomes a wicked person and he goes into destruction. So the same thing is going to happen with machines. So take the help of machine and make these children good human beings. That is what we require. Because there is a lot of demand for increase of police stations in the society now. We have to create a society where there is no police station at all. Why do we need police? Because when we commit crime, we need police stations. When we don't commit crime, there is no need for police stations. Police stations can be converted into libraries. That is what is the dream I always had. Even though I'm a police officer, I was a police officer, but I always used to say the police station should reduce. There should not be courts in the society. There should not be police station. All people should be living together like a happy family. That is possible if you inculcate these seeds in the brains of the young children. So that is how we need to do. Suppose how a child learns also, if you know, he learns 1/4 from the teacher. He learns 1/4 on his own, and he learns 1/4 from his friends or the co-students. And in the lifetime, he learns another 25%. This is what is 100% education. So that's why 75% we call it as distinction. Why 75% distinction has come? This is because of this. Learning 25 from the teacher, on his own learning 25, from his co-students 25, all 75 if you succeed, then you become a distinction student. So remaining 25% you are going to learn in your lifetime. That is how the education pattern is. So we need to allow the student to learn from his friends also, from the teacher also, and also by himself. So that is what is the education plan altogether. So let us do this. I mean, it's a good that you have developed this SkyGet. Otherwise, it used to be reaching the sky. Now you are getting the sky to the student. So that is through your SkyGet application. Hope definitely the students are going to be benefited, and also the institutions are going to be benefited. So reduce the role of a parent a bit. That is what is my personal this thing. You have done 5 years of this thing, because parents are putting too much of pressure on the children. Already they are pressurized. So that's why the suicides are also increasing. If you go to Kota, there are about 15 students who have committed suicide. Recently, I don't know how many of you have read the newspapers. In Indore, in 2 days, 4 students committed suicide. So a lot of suicides are happening in the nation also. That is because of the pressure. So how we can reduce the pressure and how you make the learning more joyful. That should be the thing. Put some jokes, give him some relief suddenly. So all these things, if you can incorporate, the learning becomes a joyful exercise. That is how I visualize. I mean, a lot of hard work has gone into. So whatever I told, take it in a positive way. Because you have done so much, this man is coming and criticizing, you may think. But I always, because I see society, I interact with children, I interact with parents. This is my hobby. So what is the present system in the society? That's what I told. So through this same app, SkyGet app, Let us make it more user friendly. You should make a similar app for the politicians also. You should make a similar app for the politicians also, whether they are doing their job or not properly. So that is what is required. Very soon, I think you should go for the civil services also. We can prepare a similar app also, because we need good civil servants. For the society, we need good civil servants. So the same thing can be extended to civil services also. So these are all my feelings. Once again, I congratulate Viresh and Gautami, and also your team for doing this wonderful work, and also all the distinguished guests on the stage also. They also have, they are all very distinguished people. They also must be giving a lot of insights to you. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Very much. Hearty congratulations. Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, thanks. Sir, our thanks for the very small words for the suggestions you have given. Sir, to make a point, sir, we want to make this education as a gamification, sir, in the entire system. We doesn't want to create any pressure on the students regarding the marks is concerned. Marks is only a criteria where we know about the knowledge. It is not the real criteria for the educational system. But unfortunately, there's one point which I need to add in your presence, sir. విద్య అయితే గురువులు చెప్తున్నారు సార్, సంస్కారం పేరెంట్స్ చెప్పడం ఫెయిల్ అవుతున్నారు. ఈ వ్యవస్థ ఎలా అయిపోయిందంటే పిల్లల్ని చదవండి చదవండి అని చెప్తున్నారు, కానీ సంస్కారం నేర్పే పేరెంట్స్ తగ్గిపోయారు. సో విద్యా బుద్ధులు, విద్య అయితే స్కూల్లో ఏదో రకంగా నేర్పిస్తున్నారు, మన యాప్స్ ద్వారా కూడా చెప్పగలుగుతున్నాం. బుద్ధులు చెప్పే పేరెంట్స్ మటుకు పిల్లలు కూడా వినట్లేదండి. ఇట్లాంటి కొన్ని సమస్యలు ఉన్నాయి. సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ దిస్ ఆల్ హ్యాస్ కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎ పెయిన్. సో ఈవెన్ దట్ పెయిన్ పాయింట్స్ ఆల్సో విల్ బి అడ్రస్ షార్ట్లీ. Sir, coming to the next point, sir, this is the phase 1 what we have deployed as of now, sir. The next phase will be NDA examinations. The teachers, we are going to launch the competitive examination spirit learning system for the NDA and also for the civil services, sir. These are all in the process. By 2026, we will be able to launch all this in the app, sir. So we are working on it, sir. Yes, all the suggestions are noted, sir. We'll definitely take care of it, sir.
How the concept is going to be useful for him in future.
Yeah. Sir, the concept-based learning is the major criteria, sir. The practical concept-based learning is the criteria here. Even in the word, what they learn in the classroom or through the SkyGet, that word futuristically, how it is going to be useful in your lifetime. That is the main criteria for us to take this app, sir. So every student can make this pain learning to the passionate learning can only be brought in through practical implementation of the knowledge gained, where he is going to be practically using this knowledge. With that, only we can make this pain learning into passionate learning. That is truly our motive, sir. Thank you for your suggestions, and we'll definitely implement, sir. Thank you very much.